Thank you so much for joining me for Tune In Tuesday. My name is Sharon Rogers and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Wells, Maine. And every second and fourth Tuesday, I bring you a class via my YouTube channel. The second Tuesday of the month focuses currently on techniques. But this is the fourth Tuesday of the month, so I'm going to focus on some product. Specifically, I'm going to focus on the Layered Thoughts stamp set and pairing that with a Memories and More kit called Celebration Expressions. And these have some bright, cheery colors, and you're going to find them very versatile and easy to use. You can make some great cards in no time. Let's see. I've got my happy birthday all mounted and ready to go. And it looks black already because on stage where I received this set and the Celebration Expressions pack, we used StazOn, and the StazOn cleaner I didn't quite get to quick enough. I could clean it up, but I'm just honestly stamping it in black anyway, so it's not going to matter. I'm going to bring in this card, which is one of the 4x6 cards, and I'm going to cut it down so that it is 3 1/4 inches by 4 1/2 inches. So it's an inch smaller than a normal card base. And I'm going to stamp directly on this piece right here. Let's ink this up with my Memento. And we're just going to stamp this right across the front. And you can choose to have it at an angle or not. I think I'm going to put it at a slight angle. And there we go. We have our happy birthday. It's just directly on the decoration, which is great. Now, one of the colors that's in here is Timid Tiger. So I'm going to bring in my Timid Tiger cardstock and make a base for it. I'll make 2 as I go. That way I'll have one ready to go next time I need one. So if I score it down at the 4 1/4 first, and then I cut it at the 5 1/2, I get 2 bases. So this is going to go right on here. Now, what I want to do is I want to accessorize this a little bit. So in effect, I'm not really going to create 2 card bases because I want to create another layer here. And sometimes just a really, really simple layer. So I'm going to make it 4 inches by 5 1/4. And we're just going to put that on top. Now, you can choose to just put it on like this, or you can step it up a notch and put some texture on this. One of my favorite embossing folders is this mini corrugated 3D embossing folder. Some of you have heard me say before, we used to have what was called a crimper, and it made this corrugated look, but it was a mechanical device. It was basically you cranked a wheel and put it through, but it would never feed straight, or very rarely feed straight. So as much as I liked the look, it wasn't a look I always went for because it would frustrate me. Because this is a 3D folder, I just need my plate number 1, my folder with my cardstock in it, and then my number 4 plate. And look at how fun this is. And it's straight because I lined it up with this line right here. Although you can honestly see in the lines where you're lining it up as well. I'm going to adhere this with dimensionals, but I'm also going to bring in a ribbon just to dress it up a little bit more. I'm going to put a couple of these right in here. And I want to put my ribbon in first, so be careful when you're putting this down. Don't want to put it down too early. I'm going to bring in the iridescent striped trim. And this is on the last chance list. It is, I think, something like $5.25 for the spool. And it's normally something like $8.50. So it's a great deal. And it has lots of different colors. Because it's iridescent, it will go with a lot of different things. So I'm gonna place this here. And just place this right on over the top. We have something that looks like that. My ribbon is, I can still get it off the roll pretty easily. I'm going to tie a bow with it. Let's see. Got this ribbon keeper on, but it's really too tight. So let me just tie a bow here. Probably have way more than I need, but that's better than too little. All right, so I'm just tying that right over on the right here. You can tie it on the left, tie it on the right. You just can't tie it in the middle because we're going to have something going right over the top of this. Let me just adjust these ends, make them a little bit smaller, even smaller, I think. All right, and then this is going to go right over the top just like that. And we're going to put this on with dimensionals too. I guess now I'm fine to cut the ends here. Put this on with dimensionals. And this is a nice weight. It's a nice heavy weight of cardstock, so it will hold up very well. It's not like a designer series paper. I mean, you could certainly use a designer series paper here too for the same effect. But there is our happy birthday card. If you wanted to add some gems, you could add some gems. We just need to add a piece of white inside and decorate that a little bit. So here I have this little piece of 4 by 5 1/4. I can take this strip that I cut off, and I want to make sure I know which way the balloons are going. So I can see the bottoms of the balloons here. So I'm going to put that right across here just to tie that front in. Oop, there's my paper trimmer. I'm going to put my glue right across the bottom and attach this. I usually leave a little bit of a space at the bottom. Let me trim off this end, and then we adhere this. And if you have some sort of sentiment that you want to put on in the inside, obviously you can. And there's a really quick and easy card. Gem it up if you want to. Keep it just as it is. This iridescent ribbon really has very nice sparkle and shine to it. All right, so when you want a congratulations card, you can just pull out this Celebrations Expressions card pack because it's got some cards that have the sentiment already on it. So for instance, there's this one with this watercolored crown in the back. It says, "What a crowning achievement." You could pair that with this one that says congratulations, or wow, yes, lots of things in different languages. And you can put that right on top. You don't even need a sentiment, but you do need something that will help this stand off. And the best thing that I think would be is a layer of basic black. Because these are all nice bright colors, but a layer of basic black would look great here. So because this card is 4 by 3 by 4, I want to cut something just a tad bit larger. I'm going to cut it 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. So it's just going to be just a little bit. You can make it 1/4 of an inch larger. That would make it the border even larger. But I just wanted a fairly small one. I could have done a layer of, let's see, this looks like it's the Timid Tiger. So I could have done a layer of that, but I really wanted to make it pop. So that's why I chose black. Let's just go ahead and put this on my layer. There we go. If you really want the easy way out, instead of cutting your own card base, because I could do that, I could make a black layer here, or I could use the Memories and More cards. So with the assorted Memories and More cards and envelopes, you get some that are measuring 4 1/2 by 3 1/2, which I don't think are mailable. I think they're too small, but they would go great on top of a gift. And you get some that are 4 1/2 by 6 1/2, which they're already folded. They come with envelopes, because these envelopes are obviously larger. They're not already folded. I should say they're already scored. Let's see how this just pops on right here like that. And then we've got this layer right here that really brings that out. So we just adhere this. So you can see if you have these, especially the Celebrations Expressions card pack on hand, you have cards in an instant that can cover a lot of ground, especially if you have this Layered Thoughts stamp set, because the words are large. One stamp is all you need. What a crowning achievement. And there we go. And I think that one I would like to bling up a little bit. So we have all sorts of choices for bling. I've got some of these flat pearls, which the Timid Tiger would go well. This is, I believe, if I look at the Celebrations, it is Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Pretty in Pink, Timid Tiger, Berry Burst, or Balmy Blue. So you probably want either some clear gems or something that's going to coordinate with some of these colors. So if I brought in, look at what I'm going to do here. This is going to be fun. I'm going to bring in, there we go, these Timid Tiger flat pearls. And I'm going to put the large ones right here on the larger portion of the crown, where the large stones go. And then I'm going to bring the slightly smaller ones and put those right in those in-between ones. And look, now we have that crown coming out with jewels in it. And so there we have just a quick and easy card. And what's the crowning achievement? It could be a graduation. It could be somebody's gotten a special certificate. somebody has earned some sort of award or recognition for maybe community service, lots of different things. A promotion, and you can just write inside. This would be great to give maybe somebody at work and have everybody sign inside because these are a larger card. So that's card number 2. For my third card, I'm going to work with a base of Berry Burst. Berry Burst is one of my favorite colors. I have a jacket this color. I just love it. It's so bright and I don't know. I just love it. We'll cut that card base. And in this card pack, we have all sorts of options. So we could do another birthday card. There's bubbles on the back, but those are balmy blues, so we're not going to use those. There's this one that has this pretty layer. Look how nicely that looks right there. We would just cut this down, obviously, so it fits the card front. And then we would want a layer on the top that says whatever we want it to say. So I'm going to cut this down. It's already 4 inches wide, so we just need to cut it to 5 1/4 long. And that gives us this little piece left over that we can use. Stuff's falling over here on the inside. So we have this right here. Let's go ahead and adhere that down. Okay. And then on the top of this, we could do something funky like this. That looks kind of cool. We just need to put a sentiment over the top. Let's see what our options are. I haven't used thank you yet. Let's use thank you. Let's get out the thank. We also have a thinking of you. No, I'm going to use thank you because I need some thank you notes. I always need thank you notes. I think the art of appreciation is a dying art. I think sometimes we take people for granted and we don't let them know that, hey, we really did appreciate that. You know, you might say something in the moment like, you know, oh, thank you, but how much more special is it when you get a personalized thank you card, something that's been made just for you? So let's go ahead and ink this up. I'm going to take this off the card for just a moment. I'm going to ink this up. Okay, that looks pretty inky. And I'm going to stamp it pretty straight. All right, there's thank. And now I'm going to take a little bit of time. I think I'm going to do some white embossing because that would help this stand out a little bit. The other thing, let me just check though. If I do the U here, if I take out that little word, U, that is the U, right? It is. Let me see what it looks like stamped in black on this berry color, because we might be able to make that work instead of embossing, because this really is all about some quick and easy cards. So quick and easy cards mean probably not getting out my embossing stuff. Let's go ahead and just trim this down. Oh, I stamped that kind of poorly. I did stamp that poorly. I'm going to trim it and then I'm going to restamp it, I think. But let's just see if the idea of it works. All right, I need to trim it down a little bit more. Let's see what happens if I can just fussy cut this. Or, you know what? I'm going to stamp it first. Stamp it first. There we go. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to fussy cut. Now I know fussy cutting is not the most efficient use of time sometimes. It does take a little bit longer, but honestly, come on, this is a very short word. It's not going to take a lot. There we go. And so we could put that on there just like that. Yep, that's fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. So let's go ahead and get my dimensionals back out. Here we go. Pop this up and you can see the back of this one has thank you in a lot of different words. If you wanted a blue theme for thank you, that would work. Here's thank. And then we're going to pop this one up. And I think I'm going to have to split my dimensionals. I could have used the mini ones, I suppose. I have plenty of them. But we're trying to keep it simple today. So thank you. And I think that's all we're going to do. I think that gems on here might just be a little bit overkill. I could bring in some ribbon. Let's see how the ribbon looks. Do something like we did on the first card. I didn't put anything in the middle here, so I should be able to just thread that right through the other side. Well, I think so. Let's see, you coming? Come on. There we go. But the only problem with that is I have already glued this part down. I can't go under it, so that's not going to work. I mean, we could just tie a bow and stick it on. Nah, I think it's good just the way it is. We've got a lot of patterns going on here. What you could do is I'm gonna bring in a Berry Burst Stampin' Blend, and this is the light one. And I'm gonna use that brush tip, and I'm just going to color this in because the stroke marks on here have some holes in them. And so it's like I'm just watercoloring in. Except for I'm not, because it's an alcohol marker, alcohol-based marker. I'm using it just like a paintbrush. And it just brings out that word and ties that Berry Burst together a lot more. So you can do that option as well. Ooh, and then of course, if you did want to sparkle it up a little bit, you could bring in your Wink of Stella and paint over the top. And then that makes it all shiny too. Ooh, yeah, I like how this is. I like how this is going. And it doesn't take a lot of time. These letters are very easy to color. All right, so there's extra sparkle there. I don't know if you can see that shimmer and shine. And so that's a third card. thank you so much for joining me. Now, I know a lot of you love to make elaborate cards and you love to stamp and color or stamp and die cut and put everything together. But let's face it, summer is short in New England, and sometimes it's just nice to be able to get some cards out to people. And if you're away, you don't want to have to take your whole craft room. So this one stamp set, Layered Thoughts, and the Celebration Expressions Memories and More cards with a couple of card bases will get the job done beautifully. Remember, people want to know that they are seen, heard, and valued. And there's no better way to do that than by sending them a handmade card. Who are you going to send one to today? Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on Thursday with another one of these projects using the same stamp set and Memories and More card pack. See you at noon on Thursday.